Alright guys, so you know it's your boy Star Dominant, and I'm a full-time e-commerce entrepreneur selling digital products online. But today I want to share something different with you guys. We're gonna go into the insider secrets. I'm gonna get a lady that is dominating the digital product space. She uses a different concept than me, and we're gonna put our minds together. We're gonna share the gem, and we're gonna give you guys every single information. You don't want to miss any single thing. You want to stay until the end because I also have a surprise for you guys. So make sure you stay until the end. And right now we're gonna jump on over to the interview. So let's go. Alright guys, what's up? Now you guys have full access to insider secrets, and today we're diving deep into the world of digital products. We have with us the beautiful lady Dynasty, who is a queen. I'm talking about the GOAT when it comes down to digital products, and she's here to share her knowledge with us today. Of course, she's hailed all the way from the United States of America, and of course she's gonna share the gems. Now, Lady Dynasty, come tell us. We want to know every single thing about you. I want to know a bit about your backstory, how you started in the world of digital products. So if you mind to share us the pleasure, go ahead and let us know.
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you for having me.
A pleasure.
As you mentioned, my name is Dynasty. I am an online business coach and social media marketer specializing in digital products. So I started in about 2015, and it started out just trying to help other young girls just like me that was in high school or university or in college that wanted to make a little extra money online. And I started teaching them online courses of how you can build an online business through Instagram and social media marketing. And that community has grown now to over 30,000 women, and we helped over 1,000 women become entrepreneurs.
Wow, that's a big deal right there. Now, let me ask you a question. With this journey, when you started, like, what are some of the roadblocks like you probably encountered like along the way?
Roadblocks, through the brand or like with selling?
To grow in the brand in general.
I think one is doing everything by yourself, starting without a team.
Okay.
So being like that solo entrepreneur, I don't think you realize how many moving components that goes into a business and like how much help you need. So trying to do everything by yourself is very challenging, almost impossible. You may not be able to do it. And so that was a really big roadblock starting off, especially in the digital world. It's a lot of moving pieces. And so learning that, hire others that specialize in something.
Exactly.
So whether it's marketing, email marketing, your website, like hire those people instead of trying to figure out everything by yourself.
No, you heard that, guys. Like literally. No, like for real, like many people try to focus on like trying to do everything themselves. And the thing is, like you kind of just dilute yourself. It's like you can't really get a grip of everything to get a full control over the business. And I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, the thing is, what are some of the products that you are currently selling right now, like that you see in the market that you are selling right now?
So online courses, of course. So regular online courses, then also reseller courses. So that's the MRR, ebooks, and then reselling ebooks. That's getting really big now. So the PLR, and then I also just offer one-on-one coaching. So that as well as a service.
All right. So in regards to your digital space, because of course you've trained a lot of people and all that. Now we want to dive deep because let's say these people are watching this. I'm assuming most of you guys are new to the space, right? So you guys are going to want to learn how to market your product. And of course, how is it that you get traffic? Because that's a big problem people have, because they have the product, amazing product, but no one knows about it. How do you go about, marketing the product?
Social media, and you have to study it. I think that's a lot of people mistake. So, you pop up with a great idea, you want to be an entrepreneur, start a business, you know what you want to sell, and you hear Facebook ads or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but actually studying it. So for me, my inspiration to even start came from other women that I saw online, and also other digital marketers.
Yeah.
But instead of just looking at them from an aspiration, I studied, and even thought to myself, what made me click on their page? What made me go to that link in bio, sign up? Like, what are they doing that I also need to implement myself? So really studying social media is, I feel like, where my success comes from.
And you see, the thing is, I can relate to that 100% because it's the same process that we call funnel hacking. So it's a case where you don't want to start out from scratch. You want to start out with a proof of concept, because if it is that you have, let's say, a business that's making $1 million, right? And I see a product that you're selling, which means that you have a validated offer. right? So if I could come in there and in the industry that is, and then model that particular business, I look the way how you promote it, look the way how you post, I look the time you post. It's just that, I mean, even if I'm not making those millions, right? I'm pretty sure I'll get a piece of the pie because I'm working with a proof of concept. So I strongly agree with that where you talk about like modeling success, because it's a very, very important thing. Because a lot of people come into the space and they'll be like, analysis paralysis. They try to analyze everything, try to figure out where to start, but they don't have a clue. They get stuck, and all that type of stuff. So it's good to kind of model. The main aim of the game we always see is that you want to find out what is it they want to sell, right? And then you find out who are the top players, and then you model those people, and then it's just a smooth sailing from there. So I strongly agree with that. Now, in regards to selling the product, right? How do you go about creating like irresistible offers that that people would be willing to consume, like that type of stuff?
A big thing to take away is I actually ask my audience. 90% of what I create, my audience tell me to create it. So you got to be involved and actually engaged in your business. So it's that old time concept of a problem and a solution. That's what entrepreneurship is. So we see a problem out there and we're providing and developing the solution to it. So even starting out, it wasn't my idea to start digital products. How I even got started is I was running a regular e-commerce physical product business. And it was doing very well. I was already in college making 6 figures for myself. Naturally, girls will reach out to me like, how can I do this? So it was just my mindset of, I didn't want to stay local. I just thought, okay, if I'm gonna teach, how can I teach as many people as possible? Social media, you got millions of people online scrolling every day. So it started with them asking me, hey, teach me this. All right, I taught you how to start a business. Then they say, all right, where do I go to market it? How do I grow my social media following? So I just listen to them, my comments, most asked questions, and then that's their problems, their pain points. I provide a solution to it.
Brilliant. No, I don't want to throw you on the spot or anything, but let's say someone is coming into the world of e-commerce, digital products, right? For the first time, and they have no clue whatsoever. Like, they don't even have an audience to ask anything. Like, no one knows them. Like, how would you say that person could go about probably creating or finding some form of amazing offer, some irresistible offer, something of that sort?
Okay, so still thinking the mindset of what problem do you see that you can solve, and find a solution. Like the main 3 categories that's most successful: wealth, health, and like relationships. Usually people want to lose weight, they want to find love, they want to make more money. Typically, it's the top 3. So figure out like what is a solution you can provide to those problems. Once you do that, start thinking, where is your audience at? Where do they hang out? So for me with social media, I started using influencers. Who do they follow? So the type of people that I want to basically promote to, attract, who are they following? Where do they comment at? What's the blogs they follow? Their favorite magazines, the artists. Like, I'm thinking like my people, where are they hanging out at? And then that's where you have to go to promote.
Brilliant. So the thing is, it's so interesting because that's a really cool way to go about it. And the thing is, I love the fact that your approach works so well, and of course that's your style. And I have a similar approach as well, like in regards to crafting like irresistible offers or where to, because for example, you mentioned you use influencers, basically where your audience is hanging out and all that. So for example, because I guess you go on the more organic side or you do paid ads.
More organic. I did ads years ago. I haven't done ads in a while. And if I do anything paid, it will be influencer marketing. I prefer influencer marketing over paid ads.
Okay, cool. So for example, like my folks who love the market online Facebook ads. So for example, what I normally do, because there, with Facebook ads, there's a thing that you can go with detailed targeting. So for example, rather than I go in and pay the influencer, there's a thing, let's say there's a Russell Brunson or there's a Oprah Winfrey. I can target the people who follow those people. Or if there's a YouTube ads, I go and target the people who watch that YouTube channel. So it's a similar approach. And I think it's so cool. Like your stuff is different, but organic, and as well as influencer marketing, the paid ad version is basically the same concept, same principle and all that. So I kind of love the way how we move with that. Now, let me talk about this. With your marketing, because What's your following right now?
What do you mean?
On
Number?
Instagram, yeah.
I just checked 137.
137,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did you even build that? Like, how did you build it to that? Like, what was the secret behind that?
The big secret is the influencer marketing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can even break down like the whole
Sure.
strategy. So first, let me say it has been since 2015. So almost 10 years. So like, don't rush yourself. It's a process. Like I literally started from zero. But even, and it may be like my impatience a little bit, but even with my first digital product I launched was a webinar. And again, I used the influencer. So it was about, I was a young girl in college making money. So I went to another very young entrepreneur. This girl was 16 and already a millionaire.
Woo.
And had a large following. She actually just recently came to Jamaica, Jada. More Jada Cheese.
I'm the worst guy.
Yeah, but okay, some people may know her. She's a business owner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I said, go to where your people hang out. All the young girls look up to her. They're like, hey, I want to be like this. So I was starting my page from zero. She already had millions of following. So I reached out to her and said, hey, would you do a joint webinar? Kind of like what we're doing now. Will you do a webinar with me? She said yes. And then even in analytics wise, like numbers, if we break it down, I think she charged me $300.
Because I was just going to tell that as well. So.
Yeah. So she said, yeah, 300, kind of like this. Like I drove to her house, set up, we filmed, and it was a successful webinar. So starting from zero, my first webinar had 2,500 registered. Woo. And from there, 200 signed up. Whoa. So that was a good close rate.
What was the cost like for the product you were
so I had different packages. So the lowest, and that was like the replay, was like $30, and then the highest was I think $130.
Okay.
Yeah, so between 200 people signed up. So that's how I started off. And then I kept rinse and repeating that. So using different influencers, the big pages on social media, like the blog pages, I would run ads with like the Shade Room once a quarter. Oh. So in my mind, it was, okay, get a bunch of traffic. Like I said, once a quarter, I would probably do it every 3 months.
Every 3 months, okay.
Every 3 months. So maybe I grew like 10,000 in that 3 months and nurture that traffic. Like I didn't do it back to back to back. Like I would get a bunch of people in, nurture them, get them in my funnel, like get them to know me. Okay. And I think that's where the organicness comes. Because when you show up, like I'm going live in my stories, I'm answering questions, like I engage back to the comments, and I don't overwhelm myself. I do that influencer marketing thing like every 3 months, maybe 6 months, so I can really nurture that audience and just grow upon that.
Cool. So let me just see if I get everything. So is the process is you basically reach out to influencers, right? And get them to basically fill up your webinar, right? Nurture them, do lives, you do the work, heavy lifting from there on. And I'm not sure if I missed this, but what was the product that you were selling at that point when you were doing like webinars?
An online class.
Online class, and that was teaching?
How to start an online business.
Ah, okay, cool. All right, cool. That's some really
And then
cool.
there it just grew, like I said, listening to the audience, because then they were like, okay, I started my business. Now, what do I do for marketing? So then I started teaching social media marketing. Then it was like, I need more suppliers. I've organized trips to like LA wholesale districts, China. I've been in China 3 times to the vendors and wholesalers. So that nurturing, like through the organic route where you really get to know your audience, I just listened to them.
Yeah, exactly.
The products developed.
No, that's literally, I get you 100%.
Yeah.
Because it's the same for me. Like when I first started out with just a single product, because for me, of course, it wasn't way back in 2015. It was literally in 2020 with the pandemic.
Oh, that was a good time to get online.
Yeah, because I had a dance fitness studio, and of course it shut down. I saw my income went like literally to zero, right? I had corporate contracts, literally just sent emails saying that, hey, we have to cut budget and all that stuff. And then I was like, yeah, it's getting real.
What to do?
Yeah, you know. So and then what we tried to do is that we wondered how we could possibly turn this put it into online space, make it a digital product. And then that's where I found a PLR product. Well, I saw a YouTube video, a guy talking about PLR. I was like, this could be something cool. And my first PLR product was actually the ultimate home workout guide, where we kind of spiraled from there. And then I was excited, so I was like posting sales. People were like, how do you do that? I was like, yeah, you want to know? All right, cool, let's go. We created this online machine, and then a lot of questions popped from there, and then we kind of spiral out of there from all of that. Yeah. All right. Now, I want to find out though, like, so the products that you mainly sell right now, because a lot of people want to find out what are the products that are currently selling like right now. What would you say? I have a few in my mind, but what would you say in the digital space, products that you see that are really working right now that will really pop off?
So 3 top products I sell right now: e-courses, ebooks, and guides. The guides I kind of use as freebies or lead magnets, like lower tier to kind of get people in. And then you have your ebooks and then courses. I feel people do like want to get to the point. With courses, you can just expand more. It can be more interactive with the videos and trainings. You can get a little bit more creative versus just the ebook and reading books. So those are like the top 3, and courses I feel like does the best.
Courses, online courses. Yeah, that's true. And are you the type of person who does like a funnel process where you do like, I'll offer this as the freebie and then you come in and move it to the next step? Or is it that you rather just, put everything like an online store, like a full online store?
A little of both.
Little of both.
Because I have it set up as a full online store, but then I also have the funnel process set up to like navigate the customer through. Because of course, sometimes if you just have everything out there, people are confused. They don't even know where to start. And I've been doing it for so long that I have so many offers. Yeah, it can get confusing. So you still gotta have that like funnel set up to kind of navigate them through. And that's kind of even how, like you can see, I kind of tiered it, like the guides, then the ebooks, then the courses.
Exactly, because there's a thing that we, of course, it's called like a value ladder. It's because the thing is, especially if it is that you have a high ticket product selling. I mean, if someone don't really know you and they don't know a thing, you've never been in any form of interaction with you, they're gonna be a little bit like, why the hell would I pay you $2,000? Like, I don't even know you, right? So it's good like when you can just solve an immediate problem, because that's a strategy we kind of stress on as well, where the best way to do it is, especially if you're just starting out and you want to sell your knowledge, because I'm big on that, right? You want to think about 5 problems that, as you mentioned, right? 5 problems that your ideal customers have. And you just pick one problem. That one problem, you can put it on a video, right? And just teach them that framework. 5 steps to solving that problem, right? And then boom, that's your lead magnet. Pull people in your system and then you nurture them. They'll be like, okay, this guy, he gave me some good value for free, and then he gave me this thing not so expensive. Then he or she is comfortable with spending like, what's the most expensive offer that you have right now, right? Versus when you just started out, right?
5,000.
5,000, there we go. And when you just started out, you weren't thinking of charging stuff like that?
No, I honestly didn't even know people would pay that much.
Exactly.
Because when I started out, I didn't start out as this big digital marketing business model at all. It was just to help. Like I said, young girls at my college was reaching out. I did that one webinar and I still had a semester left of school. So I went back to focusing on school. It wasn't like pumping out, but the webinar went on YouTube. And from there, people kept seeing the webinar, and then they were emailing me like, hey, can you help? Hey, can you help? Is this still available? I'm like, okay. And then I had someone in my life when I graduated, of course, trying to figure out life. And they were like, I think you should do this full time. I didn't know what a business coach was or like what a digital marketer was. I just wanted to help people. And then, like I said, I wanted to reach a lot of people, not just local. So that's why I did the webinar route and just did an online class. But I didn't have like this big business model in the beginning, no.
All right, cool. So the thing is, I was even saying to my partner the other day, like, if it is that I should literally go like flat broke, like if I should literally go flat broke and I want to like make some real cash flow, the first funnel I would create is a webinar funnel, because that converts so well.
Yeah.
Like literally, that was when I literally saw a big spike in the online space, spike with leads, spike with sales, when you can literally do a webinar and, do it well. Because the thing is, the webinar is like literally, it's like an open door to your business, and people can literally get people can get a little feel of what it is that you offer. So I think that's like literally the most amazing step. That's the question that I want to ask you. Like, if it is that you should possibly lose the following, what would you do? Because would you do the same process? I would assume that you do the same.
I think I looked up doing it right the first time. Because even a lot of people are surprised that I did a webinar. Like, they were like, you just went straight into webinar? Because other marketers, that is not usually their process.
Exactly.
They're like, you went straight, you had 2,000 what? Your first webinar? I'm like, yeah, it's still on YouTube. Like, you can literally pull it up right now. If you put Young Boss Bootcamp Queendom Dynasty Jada. It is still on YouTube. You can literally see the first webinar I ever did. And I don't know, it was just common sense. I'm
Common sense, yeah.
These people don't know me, so they're not just gonna pay me. So I'm like, do it free. Get to know me, know my personality, hear my story, the social proof of it all, and see the interaction. And I'm like, and I'm dope. So after the webinar, they're gonna pay me. Like, this is just how I'm thinking. I'm like young in college, in my college dorm room, like doing all this. And I'm like, yeah, and I think it'll work out. Went on Google, how to do a webinar. And like seeing things come up, researching what's best for me. But yeah, I would do, if I had to start over, definitely find someone who has a bigger audience and use their audience and show people who you are for free, whether that you do that on social media live or whatever, but show people what you are, what you have to offer, and then sell them.
Yeah, that's important, because I'm very big on that, right? Because right now, probably all the big brands that you know of, you can literally see a face. I personally believe that people like interacting, like people like seeing who they're doing business with, and like a webinar is just a perfect platform that does just that. They're literally seeing you, they're literally interacting with you, they're literally, getting a taste of every single thing. So I think that's like literally probably like the golden thing behind it, right? So now what I want to find out is like when you go about like some form of scaling process. I don't know how you do it, but is there some form of a scaling process where with your business, or is it just a rinse and repeat? How do you do it? Because of course, with influencers, I don't know how it works, but maybe, because for me, when I use influencers, it like spikes up like within the first hour or two of them making that post, maybe it's the way I do it, but how does that scale? Because for example, in paid advertisement, I know that if I'm getting 50 leads per day with $50 and I want to reach it more, I'm going to spend more money on advertisement if it's working. If it's working, I spend $100, I spend $300.
Yeah.
I don't stop. Is it, how do you scale with that?
The same concept. Like if influencer marketing is working for you, get more influencers. Then also influencers have different packages. So if you did one promo and it did great, you can book them for a month. You can book them a whole year contract, and then you set up like how consistent you want them to be posting for you. So it's kind of like the same thing. If something is working really well, you pour more money in it. But I think even the other side of scaling that I feel like is always that constant struggle is the systems on the back end. Because how do you manage all that extra traffic? Like, what is the process taking in these new clients? That is more so, I feel like, the work versus, just hiring more influencers or doing the marketing. Once you know your marketing, you just bump more money into it. Like,
exactly.
do the same thing. It's working. Like, this content is working, just get more money into it. But those systems on the back end to really manage that traffic is the problem.
I feel it. No, I know a lot of people, they shy off. Because, by the way, the only reason why I'm still talking about the webinar is because I know how powerful it is, and it's just fascinating because I didn't know that you actually did a webinar, because I think so how do you get that confidence to do that though? Because the thing is, a lot of people, when they think about, especially if they're new to the space, they're not gonna make that bold move. Like how did you just go about just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do this? Is it that's just your personality?
I think doing things online is not scary for me.
Not.
Now in person, if you said a seminar or a conference, go speak, I would be like, like what? In person, I'm nervous, but online, it can be 10,000 people on the webinar. It's only me in the room. It's me and the camera. That's how I am. So it's not scary. What I'm on the webinar speaking about, teaching, is facts. I did what I said I did. I'm good at it, so the confidence is there. Just, having my successful business to back me up. And I think my personality just to help. Because like I said, it didn't start for me, like with the business. I just wanted to help other young girls. Yeah, and I just saw opportunity there. And then also just knowing, because people ask that too. If you want to help, why not just offer it for free? And this is good to know as a business. People don't value or don't take serious what they don't pay for. So you can want to help 1 million people, but they're not gonna like really take action or take things serious if they don't invest in it. So that's just how I wanted to start off. And I don't know, just doing things online is not nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah. So some of you guys, you need to like literally get out of your head. Like, literally just get it done. Because I mean, like no one is in front of you, just literally get it done. Like there's so many information on the internet. Like a webinar, you just literally want to if you have the knowledge, I'm pretty sure you don't think you suck at it, so feel free to share your information. I'm telling you, once you go like the route of a webinar, you open doors to a lot because it's gonna help you to attract leads as best as possible, where you can definitely sell more of your products and services in the future. Plus, you can capitalize on sales right away if it is that you're engaging enough. Of course, you don't want to be in a webinar and be like, hey guys, you want to be lively, you want to be, charismatic, you want to just get out there and just get the job done, my friends.
Yeah.
Now, a few popular questions, because I pop up some of them on the social media. We pop up some on the screen right now that people ask, so I just want to address them. So you want to start first or you want me to go first? Which one?
You go first.
All right, first. Cool. So someone asks, what's the best way to get started in selling digital products? Now, the best way to get started, it depends on who you are, it depends on your skill set and all that stuff, right? So for example, if you're someone who just literally want to get started and you don't find your calling as yet, you don't know what thing you're good at as yet, because a lot of people tell me that, right? What you can do is start with PLR or MR products, right? Or master resale, right? So MRR, sorry, I keep mixing that up. So yeah, you can start with that. I think Dynasty is going to talk a bit more about that later, but what these products are in general is just basically products that are already created, in a nutshell. Just products that are already created. So if you don't want to do the hard work where you go out there and create the product, just find one that's already created and then start selling, right? So you can either use paid ads or you can do the influencer route to drive traffic to your store, all right? So you can address your first question.
Yeah, so then we'll go into that.
Yeah.
My first question is, what is PLR, MRR digital products? So PLR stands for private label rights. So what does this mean? This means, let's say for instance, my company created an ebook. So private label meaning no one will know I created that ebook. You can purchase it, download it, and rebrand it as your own. And then MRR is master reseller rights. This is usually for courses. So it's kind of the same concept. I will develop the entire course and you can rebrand it, resell it, pick and choose, what pieces you want from it, or resell the whole thing as a whole. And the great thing about it is you get 100% profit. So as you're making your sales, I don't get a percentage. It's not like affiliate marketing. Someone else creates it for you, and then you're able to go market it and do the reselling of it.
Beautiful. And as I mentioned to you guys, if you were listening earlier, that's literally how I started. When I was in when I really wanted to just get started because of the pandemic and every single thing, and I just wanted to get a product right away. I didn't have the time to be like, hey, let me go and create this. I just wanted to throw something out there in the market. Of course, when I got the product, I vetted it and ensured that it was of quality, and then I put it out in the market. But yeah, it's literally the fastest way to get online. Now, the next question I got is, how do you promote with faceless marketing? Now, I assume you're asking how to promote without showing your face, right? There are many different ways. My personal way to do this, because I do this a lot when I'm promoting like softwares and all that, is number one, I want to try to use high contrast images. So if I'm doing a photo ad, I use photos that have high contrast. So for example, like a lime green, stuff like that. I don't really focus on, let's say, the brand color. So it will sometimes just fit in with Facebook. Because for example, one of my brand, it is blue and white, and Facebook is blue and white. I just don't want it to just, fit right in it. I just want it to be something that screams out. And then of course, I call out the person that I'm promoting it to. So for example, if it is that my target audience is, let's say, middle school teacher, I'm saying, middle school teachers, XYZ, and I just use a simple framework. Do you want to get massive benefit without massive pain point? I just kind of use that simple framework with a high contrast image, and I just put it out there. It's like literally just advertise all I want. Of course you can use AI, but for me, what works best is, high contrast images that calls out my ideal customers. And I just put it out everywhere. I do display ads on Google. I use Facebook marketing, just targeting broad interest and then specific interest as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so now, sorry to disrupt you. We're gonna get back to the video real quick. But just to let you guys know, if you're on your journey, or if it is that you already have a digital product business and you want to launch it profitably, I highly recommend that you use the best tool possible, which is Sales Crafter, which allows you to create your websites, your sales funnel, allows you to do email marketing and automation for the fraction of a price versus other companies that offer the service. Now, many entrepreneurs that use Sales Crafter said that they've saved thousands of $100 using this software because every single thing is tucked in one place. If it is that you want a free 14-day trial, down below we give you access to every single information to get started. So once again, guys, Salescrafter will be the place to launch your digital product business or physical product business profitably. So with that said, back to the video. Let's go.
All right, next one is best way to promote digital products. You guys know I'm gonna say social media. I think that's the best place to promote it. I feel like digital products be in a digital space. And then even within promoting it, always just remember you have a solution to someone's problem. So just kind of keep that as the forefront of your promotion. I call it, it's like a loop method in a way, but it's kind of like, hey, this is where I started, this is where I'm at, and this is how I got there. And you're selling the how did I get there. And so being able to communicate that and sell that on social media, I think is great. And why I think social media is the best place is there's no other environment you can literally have access to millions of people for free if you want, because you could just do organic marketing. But you have access to so many people around the world with social media. So that's the best place for me.
Okay, coolio. So you're fully organic, girl, at the moment, right?
At the moment, yeah. I haven't
moment.
done any paid ads, paid influencers, anything like that. No.
I guess when you
For the whole year.
For the whole year? Wow. You know, like literally, I can't see myself like literally saying I'm not gonna promote. Like if my business go 1 month without paid ads, I'm like, well, what am I doing? Am I trying to go out of business? You know, but because I love to have a constant flow of leads coming in. Yeah. But you know,
it's a pro and con, and I think you have to sit and say, what works best for me? Yeah. I think I have the personality, like I kind of enjoy the creation of it, and that's why I even have kind of got into content creation. I enjoy content creation, so it's fine. But if I was a person that didn't, then I probably would rely more on like paid advertisement and things like that. But it is a pro and cons because my business fully relies on me. So if I don't show up for the day, there's no business. Like I took a year off a few years ago, a whole year off to travel. Nothing, like, you know, a sale here or there, but it definitely wasn't the same, you know, because I didn't run any ads. I didn't have anything on the back end. So it's a pro and con.
And do you integrate like email marketing in your business?
I love email marketing.
Perfect, yeah, because that's the golden
That's
key.
The first, set that up first. I always preach your freebie in your email, at least the first welcome series, first thing first. Before you worry about a webinar, set that up first.
There's a thing they say, the money is in the list. Yes. You see, when you build that email list, don't just go. I talk about this concept so often. Where I talk about there are 3 types of people when they start building an email list. You have the player, you have the booty call guy, and you have the Mr. Lover. So the Mr. Lover, you get a lead in your system, and you're like, you know what, let me just give them more free things. You just keep giving them free things and expecting them to say, hey, you're gonna sell me something one day, and they never end up purchasing anything for you. So you don't wanna be that guy, right? And then Mr. Booty Call now, you get the lead in your system, and then you're like, hey, wanna buy my stuff? Hey, buy. You know, you just keep shoving your offer down their throat, and if it is that they don't purchase when you feel like they should purchase, then you just leave. And that's not the way to do it. And what you want to do is just try to find a delicate balance. Once they come in your system, you follow up with them, give them more valuable tips, and then you pitch your offers there, here and there, and you'll find that your conversion just moves smoothly. Because most of my email automations go for like a year. Yeah, like literally a year.
You should have a year set up of email automations. And then also, like for me, the data. I just like, as a business owner, you need some form of ownership of your customer data. Like there has been so many outages with social media. Even now, I think it's supposed to happen today. They say they're banning TikTok. And I know a lot of people that have grown successful brands on TikTok in the last 2 to 3 years. And all of that can vanish because you don't own anything of that data. You know their username and you can't download that. You don't know their email, their phone number. So having like opt-ins and getting people on your email list is like key. It's so important.
100%. Because TikTok goes down, your business goes down with it. Nah, at least you can have your list. Exactly, it's crazy. Let me just remember my next question. So I'm ready to start learning from scratch. Any useful tips you could give would be greatly appreciated. Any useful tips when starting from scratch? Now, the thing is, I would just recommend, if it is that you have some knowledge to share, just focus on giving value. Because you see, the thing is, you can't go wrong with giving value. So many people have so many fluff on the internet, right? And people don't know who to trust. So everything that you're doing is the ultimate goal is to gain someone's trust. And the best way to do that is to provide value. Let them know that, hey, I'm the person that can solve your problems. So if I can provide value to you, then that's the best way. A lot of times people think more about I just think if you just think solely about the financial gains, it's not going to be something that's sustainable. Because one, you need to find out who you're called to serve, right? You need to find out who is it that you are called to serve, that you want to solve the problem for, and then you just provide value, and then your business basically build from there on.
All right, so the next question, what are all the types of digital products you can sell online and which is best? I think you asked me this a little earlier, but I'll go a little bit more in depth. So of course you have your guides, you have your ebooks, and then you have your online courses. Guides is more so those steps, like you said, hey, this is the top 10 ways to achieve this goal. You kind of like just break it down for them. Ebooks is more in depth. It's basically a book, it'll go by chapters. It's just in digital format. And then courses, it's so many ways I feel like you can do a digital course. Some people have courses where, of course, it's just face, like they're talking straight in the camera. You can have presentation slides. I like to do a mixture of both. Even when you said earlier about being engaging, don't be boring. I think if you're boring, people won't really learn. So I like to sometimes pull out my whiteboard and I'll get up in front of the camera and teach that way. Sometimes I'm just sitting down. Then I'll have my webinar presentation. Like when I do my online courses, I like to switch it up to just always captivate their attention. That's me personally. I've been through courses where it's either just written words and someone's just talking to you in the screen, but you can do it so many different ways. And then even with timelines, some courses are like for 10 weeks. Some are lifetime access. Some is for a year. So with courses, you have more flexibility, I feel, to cater it more to you and your audience, like what works best for you. But really just make sure you provide a lot of value and you have fun with it.
Exactly. And don't get overwhelmed with the process as well, because a lot of people be like, I don't think I can create a course, but you have 30 days in a month. If you can even focus on just creating one module per day, I'm pretty sure you'll have a full-on course by the end of the month. Now, the next question I got earlier is, what's the most profitable niche? And I answer this question quite a lot, especially online, I don't think there's not a specific niche that you should think about. Like, I think you're asking the wrong question, in other words. Because when you ask what's the most profitable niche, there are so many people that are making shitload of money with their niche, right? So it's a matter of how much value can you give and who you've been called to serve, right? Because if it is that with information products, what you want to understand is that you're selling information, just that. So if it is that you're someone who made your first $1,000 online, you can teach people. You just need to be a step ahead of the person that you're teaching. You could teach people how to make their first $1,000 online. If it is that you're someone who got divorced and you passed on through it gracefully, you could teach females who are struggling with divorce, how to pass, and then once people connect with you, you're gonna find it that you have a business, right? It's just about teaching people that you're just a step ahead, right? You don't have to be overwhelmed. You don't have to teach people that, hey, how to make your first million online. If it is that, no, you're excited. Some people just literally want the first step, and you could be that person. And then as you grow, you can teach them more stuff because you expose yourself to more information. So it's just about finding out what you're good at, and see how you can serve the people that you've been called to serve as best as possible. That's just basically the aim of the game when it comes down to the digital products, basically.
100%. All right, last question for me. How to use AI, ChatGPT, to create digital products. So this is something that's becoming more popular, and I teach it to my students a lot. It kind of does the hard work for you. So if you're getting creativity block, you may not know where to start, or you may feel like I'm not the strongest person with my words. It is so many AI softwares out there that can help you, from simply creating your ebook title, from doing the outline for the ebook, right? You need help writing certain chapters in your ebook. You can use it to your advantage to create products. I've even seen people, it was a meal plan, like a recipe book, and she used AI to create the cover, because she's like, I can't design my cover, so she used AI to create the cover. So you can get creative with it, and it can help you in your process as you're going through those creative blocks. So I always like to tell people, it is options out there if you're feeling stuck or I can't do this. Like, AI, for my knowledge, when I started, it wasn't around. Like, it was me and my laptop, and I just had to write everything out, get a proofreader, like do it the old school way. But now technology is advancing and it's a benefit for our digital space. So I say use it to your advantage as much as possible. But it is important to always go back and add your own words, your own expertise, and your own experiences. You don't want to sell something that you literally know nothing about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to put you in a hard place, because when you have students with follow-up, they come back with questions, or you also just don't want any like copyright marks. So use it to guide you and to help you, but make sure you always add your own expertise.
Exactly, because you need to know to kind of, because something you're gonna get information and you're gonna need to tweak it as well. But if you know nothing about it, you're just gonna, post some weird stuff out there.
Yeah.
A big question I get online is, how much money do I need to really start, or how much money I need to, invest before I can see anything from this? What's your answer to that? I'm gonna tell you my answer shortly. What's your answer to that?
My answer is a little controversial. I feel like with digital products, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's true. I think you can start with zero. I really do. Do I recommend it? No, but can you? Yes. I don't think you need a lot of money to start. It's a lot of free resources out there. People use Canva a lot in digital product creation, and you can use a free account on Canva. Social media is free. There's paid options and like ads and promotions you can pay for, but at the core, social media is a free platform with millions of users on there to market to. So if you're good at social media, which a lot of people are, you can build your following yourself. Like, people build their own followings in their own audience. So you can use that as a free marketing tool. So you can start for free. Personally, I started altogether no more than $500. I paid the Jada, the $300. My first website was, I think it maybe was a free, like one of those free websites that you hosted something. My email marketing, I used like MailChimp, and they were like free the first 1,000.
Okay.
Like, I went the free route because I was in college. So I was like, I gotta do this free. So that's why I say that, because I'm proof of it. Like, you don't need a lot of money to start. You do have to show up. You gotta put in the work. You gotta be consistent. And as you grow, invest money back into your business to make it better. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I get you. I get where you're coming from 100%, because the thing is, the truth is, you definitely can get started for free, especially if you're skillful, right? Because especially with TikTok out there right now, like every single thing, if it is that is good, it's gonna get traction and it's going to reach a lot of people, even if your account is brand new.
That's how easy Instagram used to be, though, before they changed it.
The algorithm, yeah.
It was, back when I started, Instagram was easy.
Yeah. And now TikTok is now kind of, the
that
thing.
Place,
Because the thing is, like, if it is that you have a TikTok account and you know your thing, and you just, boom, you go out there and you put a nice content out there and you have some form of link in bio. Maybe you just have a free plan, as you mentioned, to a website builder. Maybe it's a SalesCraft website, you have a 14-day free trial and you're on it and you have 14 days to sell your offer, right? You put a product, you put some content out there and it gets traction. People go to your website. One, you can either start with like a webinar, as you mentioned, get leads into your system, take them off social media into your system, then you can market them for free, test multiple offers, and you can get started for free. If it is that you're going the route of paid advertisement and you're in Jamaica, I recommend Jamaica, Caribbean, or Africa, I recommend starting with minimum $500. If it is that you're in the United States, honestly, I recommend starting with minimum $1,500 ad budget, because a lot of stuff. But that's my personal view when you're starting with advertisement. But if it is that you want to just go out there, if it is that you have the charismatic personality and you know how to create content and you go out there, you can definitely get started for free. If you're gonna go the ad route, then in the Caribbean, Africa, $500 USD minimum. And in the United States, big four, like Australia, Canada, those places, then you wanna have at least 1,500. Now, before we wrap things up, anyone out there that want to start like a digital product business that's on the fence, they're kind of in shambles. They don't know what they want to do. They don't just kind of indecisive. What's something that you would like to say to that person that is kind of on the fence? Not sure.
You have to know what life you want to live and go out and create it. So for me, I started digital products because I love freedom. I knew very young, like my mom always makes a joke about it. I knew like traditional working, like every day, 9 to 5, that was not for me. I got my first job at 16 and I would get out the car like, oh my God, I'm never gonna work for people again in my life. I knew it wasn't for me. I love to travel and I just love waking up when I wanna wake up and doing what I wanna do. So having an online business and going the digital product route just works best for me. And so if you're on the fence and you wanna do this, wherever your motivation is, know your why. Know why you're doing this, know what is the life that you want to live, and you have to go out and create it. I feel like that's most important than being on the fence and being scared. And then also be open to receiving help, invested in yourself, getting the right coaches, the right mentors. Everything typically you learn, I either got the idea looking up to someone else, or I invested in a coach and a mentor to teach me directly. So be open to getting help and just go out and make it happen.
That is it. That's some gem right there. Like, she couldn't have said it any better. Like, I would literally echo every single word she just said. Like, that's just plain facts right there. Now, for the folks who might want to connect with Dynasty, right? Mm-hmm. Tell us, how can they connect with you?
Everything is Coached by Dynasty online. So Instagram, Coached by Dynasty, so that's ED. TikTok, my website is coachedbydynasty.com. So everything is at Coached by Dynasty.
Awesome stuff. So thank you guys again. There you have it. It's all about insider secrets, and we just share some gem with you guys if you're interested in starting the digital space. Now remember, if it is that you guys are looking for the best place to start your online business, maybe you want to create a sales funnel, or you want to create a website, or you want to do email marketing, or you want to do automation, anything, CRM, customer relation management, the best place to do it is SalesCrafter. That's www.thesalescrafter.com. Create a free account, 100% free. Get on social media, get your idea, put it there, put it out to the world, and make your mark. All right, so thank you guys so much again. Peace, chicken grease. All right, guys, so there we have it. That's the gem that we just shared. The Lady Dynasty and myself, Chemstar Dominant, we shared both of our concepts. I hope you guys learned a lot from this training. Now, remember, every single tool and valuable resource that you will need, I've also added a free funnel template that allowed me to generate over 10,000 leads online. You can simply click off a button and get that on your account. So, if it is that you want to know what's next, check down below. See you guys there.